What's up? This is Greggatron. I'm going to talk to y'all about this. These are some good movies. Uncle Tom Part 2 and American Odyssey. I mean, these are some good movies. Like, this one right here, they're really digging in deep when it comes to history. Like, the first one I talked about a few months ago, about 6 months ago, I watched it. It was a really good introduction to how a black conservative sees things, his or her views on things. That's this one. Whereas the second one, it's like they dive so much deeper when it comes to history. And I don't want to give too much away because a lot of it is content and information that the average person doesn't know, right? So I don't want to give you all that because I want you to watch it for yourself. But it's just so good. I will tell you this, a lot of it isn't even necessarily pertaining to black people. A lot of it is about institutions and corporations and ideas that are a detriment to society, period. Like, the beginning, they talk about socialism and communism, which we've all heard those terms being thrown around, but the way they explain how socialism is intertwined with these organizations, it'll blow your mind. And when I say these organizations, I'm talking about the NAACP, the Civil Rights Movement, Black Lives Matter, the Black Panthers, all kinds of stuff they get into. What we grew up believing is not what we think at all. These institutions I just named, they were either infiltrated by a white socialist or, I just watched it, man. It's just mind blowing. They were either infiltrated or they were founded by a socialist. My favorite part is probably when they talk about Booker T. Washington, because he's just a champion in black history, a true champion. But they dig just so deep into everything. But what I really like is the before and after the civil rights movement, because black people were a certain way prior to the civil rights movement, and then after that happened, everything changed, and they go even deeper into that. But man, I recommend these movies to everybody. You got, it says on the cover, you got Shadow Jackson. He's the producer, pretty much the founder of these documentaries. Larry Elder's the executive producer. You got Jesse Lee Peterson. You got Vody Bachman Jr., Carol Swain, Brandon Tatum, Colonel Allen West, Stephen Broden, Larry Elder, Virgil Walker, Darnell B. Harrison. You got Ben Carson. You got all kinds of people just throwing in more information on this stuff. Not just black people need to watch this. Everybody needs to see this because we have been lied to. I say 99% of the stuff we were taught growing up is fake. They talk about Black Wall Street before and after. There's stuff about that they lied about, that we were taught were lies. They lied to us about the civil rights movement. They lie about, not in the DVD, I'm saying the way we've been taught. we've been lied to about so much stuff. It's just mind blowing. And the beauty of this is it won't stop here. There's gonna be a part three. Spoilers, but there's gonna be a part three. I mean, just look at the cover. Isn't that clean? Super clean. But y'all need to watch these movies, man. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Because the truth will set you free. I know that's a cliche, but it's like you have to want to see the truth for yourself. Like, don't keep your glass half empty and half full. Just keep it totally empty and just let the information go in one ear and out the other. Like, just let yourself see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go into it with like pre notions and ideas. Just see the truth for what it is. And it is the truth. Like, all this stuff has been proven. But, I mean, people are waking up. Like, I think these movies are special because they're not biased in any way. There's no anger directed at anybody. They're just laying out the truth. You know, Malcolm X once said, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't care what color the truth comes from. All I care about is the truth. Something like that. You know, but y'all need to wake up. We have been lied to. We really have. And I'm definitely looking forward to part three. Cause I mean, there might be even more than that. Like, this dude, Chad, like, his ability to tell a story is magnificent. Like, he makes it so interesting that anybody can understand it. It doesn't matter your age, your race, any of that, where you come from. Like, anybody who lives in America can understand this. And part two is so beautiful because they're talking about communism and socialism in other countries and how it's happening here today. They just lay it out, man. And like I said, there's no bias behind this. He's young. He's only a couple years older than I am. But they just lay it out for you. You can take it or leave it, but you have to not want to see it to not see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when somebody puts a pie in front of your face that smells really good. You have to hold your nose to not smell it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be wearing sunglasses to not see all that sun. That's what this is. If you don't see the truth after watching these two movies, like, I don't know what to tell you. Seriously. I mean, these guys got some storytelling skills. Like, they're taking not just pages from history, but they're incorporating that into modern day. Like, you got, I don't even know if I want to say that, but you got like rappers and athletes and musicians and politicians. They're wrapping all that stuff into the narrative that they're telling. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about slavery all the way up until now. What happened after slavery? You got Booker T. Washington, you got W.E.B. Du Bois. You know, they're different ideologies. They go over that. You know, they're going over the civil rights movement. They're going over the NAACP. You know, they're going over BLM. They're going over all kinds of stuff. Like, oh, And this was a 2 hour movie, but to me, it only felt like an hour, like an hour and a half at the most. So you just zoomed through it. Like, I did not yawn, not once. I didn't get up for no bathroom break. No, I was glued the whole time. Like, that's how good it was. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. The first one, I don't know what I gave it as far as the score goes, but I probably gave them both a 10 out of 10. Like, the second one's probably just as good as the first one, if not better. But, I mean, you could watch either one and be good. I mean, look at that. Look at that, man. These are some good movies. And they're cheap, too. If you go on UncleTom.com, you can get 30% off if you type in JLP. JLP. But that's where I got this shirt, by the way. White History Month. I know it looks backwards. But yeah, y'all gotta watch these movies. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Let me know what you guys think when you watch it. Peace.